Hey Sophie, this is a follow-up for you. So you were saying that kind of your question is more like, what is true joy? How do I find joy in the small things, or how about everything? That's kind of more what your question is about. So true joy is joy that you don't have to work at, joy that kind of comes out naturally, and true joy comes out through an experience, a real connection, a deep experience with the present moment. So I was just listening to an audible today, and the guy was talking about an enlightenment experience that he had. He had one that he thought was enlightenment; it was actually just an illusion. And when he put that down, he was given a tangerine by, I think, his girlfriend or something. And he opened it, and he took the time, and he was really present to see it, the opening of it, the color of it, to see and to smell, and the taste of it. And it was so, the experience was so uh, real because he was so present for it, that it was so beautiful that it was almost painful for him. So the beauty of any particular moment, whether it be a dirty street, a snotty kid, or any other experience, or something as beautiful as a tangerine or a beautiful smile, the ability to kind of come back to the present is what allows us to be with any particular experience and see for what it is, not for what we want it to be. We have these expectations that cloud our vision. They create a phantom, and it's always unsatisfying. So the answer of how do I find real joy, the answer is just to return to the moment. And how do you practice returning to the moment is you have to have an anchor. You have to do something. So we talk about having an anchor experience. We've talked about, I don't know what your practice is right now. You should actually follow up with me. Whether you're doing like rising and falling, mantras, counting your breaths, experience of, you could, so many different anchors we can talk about, but you should practice one. You choose one anchor. I like to quote Albert Schweitzer. He said, instead of digging 9 wells shallow, dig 1 well deep. So you take that one anchor, your practice, for example, rising and falling is a common when I start people off, but I like mantra as a kind of follow-up step, and then koan is doing questioning. You take that anchor and then you use that, and you use it and cultivate it to where it becomes more automatic. And then what that does is it brings you back to the moment. As you return to the moment, you start to see things for how they are. You see clearly, you smell clearly, you taste clearly, you touch clearly, you hear clearly, and you think clearly. All of your senses are clear, and you start to perceive reality for what it is, not what we think it is or what we want it to be. And then what you'll appreciate is the infinite beauty of every aspect of reality. Every arising is complete. Every arising is not just part of the whole, it is the whole. It contains the whole and adds to the whole in its uniqueness. Every arising. A tangerine, snotty baby, right here between you and I and everybody else. So what I would say is go back to your practice. We always want like a technique or a way, but the way is to return. You return. So practice more, and we should have more conversation about what your anchor practice is. Good luck with that.